So is Dreamy's first attempt at putting a roller mop on a robot vacuum a hit or a miss? Well, my name is Jamie Andrews, and this is the Dreame Aqua 10 Ultra Roller. Yes, that's quite a name. Roller mops are a good choice over traditional spinning or vibrating mop pads, since they continually apply clean water while removing the dirty water while mopping. I put it through a series of tests to find out how it stacks up. The Aqua 10 has a Pascal rating of 30,000 and paired with a Hyperstream dual anti-tangle roller brush. On my carpet pickup test, where I scatter 54 grams of colored rice, I set the vacuum power to the max power mode, and the Aqua 10 picked up 50 of the 54 grams of rice, or 92%, a bit under the channel average of 96%. Moving on to the tile floor, things did get a bit better. This test consists of 130 grams of cat litter and setting the vacuum motor to the highest level once again. The Aqua 10 was able to pick up 123 grams or 94%, which is above the channel average of 91%. Now before we test the mop, let's take a close look at this setup. The roller itself is a little over 10 inches long. Water is applied via 12 nozzles from an unspecified size internal water tank. A built-in scraper removes the dirty water and pumps it into an internal water tank located on the back of the robot. Now, Dreame does not advertise the size, so I measured it and came up with 140 milliliters. I should mention that you will want to rinse out this tank ever so often, as the tank doesn't fully get flushed when it goes back to the dock for cleaning. Dreame also uses a roller fluffer that's pretty effective at doing its job. Here I used exactly 4 milliliters of baked on hot sauce and sent the Aqua 10 out in deep mopping mode with the water level set to the highest setting, giving it 2 full passes to clear all the stains. And the Aqua 10 was only able to clean up around 90% of the hot sauce, but more on why that is just a bit later in the video. Dark rugs and carpets can fool most robots into thinking they're about to fall downstairs. The Aqua 10, despite being thrown off a bit here, was able to clean the rug, so I'm going to give this one a pass. Dreame equipped the Aqua 10 with a swing-out side brush and a swing-out mop for proper edge cleaning. For the side brush, it did a good job of coming out in the corners and under low-lying areas in my home. It's actually one of the better programmed ones on the market. As for the swing-out mop, for the most part it did really well, getting close to my furniture and baseboards, until it got to my quarter-round floor moldings. It appears to get too close, causing the mop to drag and eventually causing the robot to pull away and kind of reset. It does this over and over down the hall here. Dreame changed things up a bit with their object avoidance system, adding a second forward-facing camera for a full 160-degree view, referred to as OmniSight 2.0. It also includes a single structured light sensor and LED light to light up dark areas. Unsurprisingly for Dreame, it did very well in my first object avoidance test. Now in my second object avoidance test, it did avoid the fake animal waste samples, unsurprisingly, and it nearly avoided the cord, but it got a little bit too close. And now's a good time to remind everyone that I run all of my tests on this channel multiple times for consistency, and I always go with the best result. The Aqua 10 was very consistent in all of these tests. Dreame equipped the Aqua 10 with its ProLeap system, first seen on last year's X50 Ultra, but this time it upgraded it to climb a bit higher, all the way up to 8 centimeters for a multi-tier threshold. Now let's switch gears and take a look at that dock, which is a departure from Dreame's tall, slender design of the past. It should be able to fit under tighter spaces, but it does take up more floor space in doing so. One of the standout features is the multi-compartment detergent tank that not only holds floor cleaner, but also a pet cleaner designed for people with pets. The other standout feature is the ability for the dock to dry its internal dust bag at a rated 122 degrees Fahrenheit. As it relates to washing the mop, I tested the ability right after my first mop test with hot sauce. Here are the results after a single deep mop washing cycle on the dock, and after a second wash on the dock, nearly all the stains were removed. Dreame claims the dock can produce hot water at a temperature of 212 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a tall claim. Dreame is using what they refer to as a thermo hub to heat the water. It's this long silver plate beneath the dock tray. In my testing, it came up way short, only producing hot water for 2 seconds and peaking at 125 degrees, way short of their claim. When I test the temperature of the plate directly during a wash cycle, I was able to see 177 degrees Fahrenheit. It is important to keep in mind that this plate does not directly contact the roller. When it comes to drying, Dreame uses the same thermal plate to produce heat. After just 4 hours, I found the roller was completely dry, as was the dock sink. The peak temperature measured was 157 degrees Fahrenheit, just 1 degree shy of Dreame's claim of 158 degrees. I was thinking to myself the other day that I should stop performing auto empty tests since all of them have been successful. Well, that was until now. My initial test, I had a full dustbin, and even after several attempts on the dock, it was not able to fully remove the contents, and this happened to me twice. I tried again with a partially full dustbin and had better results, so I recommend setting it to empty often. After living with the Dreame Aqua 10 in my house for the past several months, I have a good grasp on its pros and cons. I remember that mopping test from earlier in the video. That's not the best result, especially for a roller mop. The issue is it does not make enough passes even in deep mopping mode. In fact, compared to the Dreame X50 and the recently reviewed Mova Z60, it made half as many passes for some reason. I was also disappointed at the lower performance with my carpet pickup test, and I ran it 4 times to be sure, and all 4 times it was consistent. The small 220 milliliter internal dustbin of the robot, combined with a very small door for dirt extraction, are another pretty big letdown and a common complaint that I see online. The next con is with the dock maintenance. I'm not sure why Dreame is still using a dock tray design that requires you to have to clean inside the dock base as well as cleaning the removable tray. Nearly every other manufacturer has moved to a better design, only requiring you to clean the removable tray. Battery life was also another weak point, and just the same as the Dreame X50, the battery drains pretty fast for the 6400 milliamp battery that's inside, only achieving 110 minutes or 800 square feet in my home. It's not all bad stuff though, as there are several pros. The biggest pro for me was with its ability to vacuum on hard floors, especially on my tile floors. I have several cats that like to scatter litter out of the litter box, and most robots can't sweep up the litter from the grout lines like the Aqua 10 did. Dreame equipped the Aqua 10 with a retractable cover for the mop when it crosses onto carpet. This is a fantastic feature designed to keep carpets from getting wet. While I did not see much improvement by adding that second object avoidance camera up front, it still performs top of the rankings for avoiding objects like cords in my home. If you have delicate wood floors and want good tight water control, then this is a good solid choice. I did not notice it leaving any puddles of water or water drops on my wood floor. In fact, it might be one of the best roller mops for wood floors when you also combine that with the excellent vacuum performance. The Dreame Aqua 10 Ultra Roller is Dreame's first attempt at putting a roller mop on a robot vacuum, and is packed full of modern tech and features. But the overall package has a few key issues that might hold it back from being the best roller mop on the market. If you have hard floors and not a lot of pets that will quickly fill that small internal dustbin, then I think you'll be pleased with the Aqua 10. Otherwise, take a look at the Dreame X50 Ultra, or stay tuned for my upcoming review of the just recently announced X60 Ultra. I'm kind of curious what you all think about the Dreame Aqua 10 Ultra Roller. If you have one, let me know what your experience is, if you've had any issues, or how well you like it. And if you're in the market, tell me, is this one that you might consider? Leave a comment down below. Links to purchase are in the description, and using them goes a long way to help produce more unbiased reviews just like this one. I want to thank each of you for watching this video. Ask that you take a moment to subscribe to this channel before you leave. Until next time, take care folks. Bye-bye.